Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AI Cup. My name is Fiona Stalantoni. I'm delighted to be here with James Canty. And James, we have the two players on the camera. They might look familiar.
Yeah, we have a chair there versus Hikaru Nakamura. So I think Hikaru is going to have a good time facing this chair today. But if he sits down, it will be Magnus Carlsen. So we have obviously everybody's watching, everybody's taking off work to watch this today. So I'm excited. We're here, Fiona. We got the chat, good vibes and energy, and hopefully that translates into his game today.
Absolutely. This AI Cup. We also see actually Hikaru gotten out. He's got a fancy purple shirt on. The two players, they just battled it out in a tremendously exciting final of the SCC. What was that? 3 days ago? Unfortunately, didn't go Hikaru's way in the end, but today he gets a chance at revenge. During the SCC, we saw them battle it out in Bullet, in Blitz. Tonight, we'll see some rapid action.
You know, it's fun. I just saw Magnus walk back with like a full plate. It looked like eggs to me. It looked like eggs for some reason. I'm not sure what it was, but he has a full plate of it, Fiona. That's like, how can you eat when such high pressures on you like this? It's just hard to even think about anything else but the game. He like, oh, let me get my food. Oh, all right, full plate of eggs here. Hopefully it gets to him where he gets too distracted. He can't do anything when you play Hikaru with Magnus apparently can. So it's going to be fun here. Obviously, it's going to be lots of fun. And rapid, lots of short things happen. Oh, we got knight of 3. Okay, got some moves. Games are up.
We have some move. Magnus opening game 1 with a knight of 3.
We go knight of 6 or d5.
Those are some of Hikaru's option. I'm curious, what kind of approach do you think he'll take in game 1? The time control 15 plus 3, so much longer than what we saw in the SCC. Do you think he'll play it solid here in the first game with Black?
Yeah, absolutely. He respects Magnus so much, as we all do. We all respect Magnus here, so he's not going to play anything weird. He's not going to play anything, super risky here. He goes with a Queen's Indian here. With b6, maybe he goes with the early bishop b7 or bishop a6. Even Magnus has experience with everything, but also in the Queen's Indian as well, with the bishop h6 line backing up the bishop b7. We'll see what happens. Queen's Indian. Let's see if this is a very nice game, because there's a lot of material out these days with Queen's Indian, especially on Chessable. But it's good to see if he uses any of it, or if we get a good game from here. A lot of times it's gonna be boring in the Queen's Indian, depends on what's going on. But it's a very solid opening so far. It also counterattacks. You know what Magnus likes? Everybody knows he loves his, beloved Catalan. Very strong with this. And when you play b6, bishop b7, this is a very nice way to combat this Catalan type of structure always, because you get, you get to neutralize this light square bishop on g2.
Absolutely. I think the chat Nosebleed was asking, what's Fiona pre-match snack? Well, actually, I can answer it right now. Tonight was one of the rare nights I brought the snack. I had some, I don't know, can you guys see that?
What is that? Oh, that looked good.
Do you guys have that in the US? Eat natural.
Check right now. Let me see. Put it in the camera.
Dark chocolate with cranberries and macadamias.
What is that? That's some stuff overseas. We heard of that. That combination is unreal. That sounds
really good. I hope for you guys' sake, it's available in North America. Who knows? Let me know.
Yeah, we don't have that. We definitely have to get like a sponsorship or something. Wow, that sounds really good.
It is. Meanwhile, we've had a few games. Magnus decided to fianchetto his bishop to g2 after all. What do you make of this resulting position?
Well, here is so far standard. Honestly, it's very boring. I drew 2 games LTB with this. So like on the Black side, I am just not the hypest about this from Black's position. I like to play dynamically. Obviously, you want to play positions you're very comfortable in. And you'll be comfortable here, but it is quite boring, and it's very equal a lot of times. He plays the rook e1 move. He wants to go e4. Theory here is usually d5 or knight e4. They both work. So, and then pieces get traded off very quickly, and like it is what it is. I mean, of course, hey, we draw with Black, like that's fine, but also there are chances. Even Hikaru plays Queen's Gambit Decline, get chances there, right? Magnus the same. So far so good. It's literally just just boring. It's just theory. Just another day in the office. Page 75 of the book, like theory.
Can't he, just telling it as it is? I think it makes a lot of sense. Remember, this is not the SCC. It's not 4 hours on the clock. The match might last 4 hours, but it's a best of four rapid games. So I think it makes a lot of sense to play something solid with black and then try to get something with the white pieces. We see Hikaru strike in the center with in D5.
And Chat says, why is Magnus eating? Well, Magnus is half a human, okay? He has to eat some food, right? He is still half of a human, like Hikaru. You know what I mean? So he got to eat something. He got to eat something, of course.
Will the carrots come out later? Either on Hikaru's end or on Magnus's. We'll have to wait and find out. For Magnus now, taking the center, putting both his pawns on E4, D4. If you're black, do you want to take on D4?
No, you actually keep the tension. I think you go Queen C. Well, Queen C7 is Bishop F4. So move order matters, but there is something with maybe just go Knight D7. Maybe just go Knight D7, which is totally fine. But then he has D5 in some cases. I don't really like that though. D5 is not good for white because it's just very early to push the pawn. It can be pushed, but it will get attacked. Because I can take. Maybe even Knight F6 might even win it, or Bishop F6. You got some nice moves here.
Yeah.
Bishop C6.
Actually, Hikaru, so he decides to take in the center and then
Knight C6. Okay.
Putting pressure on the pawn on D4. And now Magnus. What will Magnus? Where will this bishop go? Will we see a double fianchetto? Will the bishop come to B2? Will it go to F4? Could it go?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. In fact, here. It can go many places. This is probably going to see where he puts it, depending upon where Hikaru goes. Queen D7 is a move. You have Rook C8, all these other type of moves as well for black. But where do we put this bishop, though? That's the question. After Knight C6, this is sort of like you can see these type of positions in the Grunfeld where the D pawn can be, very nice to use. It's kind of a hanging pawn structure, not all the way, because the F pawn can defend obviously E4 at some point, but.
You mentioned earlier this push D5. Could D5 be a move here?
D5 is a little premature. The reason is just exactly take. Maybe you go Knight B4. Maybe you go Knight A5. You're just gonna have a target the rest of the game, and a tempi will definitely help black here. Tempo, plural tempi, right? So we Knight D5, Bishop F6, Queen D7, Rook ADA, Rook E8. All these little tempi moves are gonna improve my position, but also really bully that pawn.
Absolutely. So Magnus still thinking here. Both players taking a little bit of time in the early stages. Do you think Hikaru's opening choice surprised Magnus somewhat?
Yes, I think it did actually. I mean, he probably had it on if you had a scale, it was like towards the bottom of the scale of things to check and prep for, really. Because he would play other things, but it was definitely probably on the radar because he played it before with I remember I was doing commentary actually with Bach, and I think it was actually the SCC. So he played it once there, but it was only like a one-time thing. It was like one game they had where he could have played C4. I think that ended up being a draw, something crazy later on in the game. But yeah, he played it already. So obviously it's possible here now, and I think he probably prepped just a little bit of it. So we'll see what happens. We got to move. Knight A5. I love this move. Highlighting the C4 square and Rook to C8.
The knight that would love to jump into C4. Actually very hard for white to stop that. I wonder what white's plan in the long term is. The only two pieces that are left to be developed are the rook in the corner with the queen on D1. But then, okay, imagine the rook goes to C1, the queen, where's the queen go? Just to D2, maybe even rook D1. But then in the long term, what is the plan? You said earlier that D5 was premature. Do you think it's a planning the long term once it's prepared? Actually, I said queen D2. That will never work because it runs into knight C4. But
you're right. In fact, it does. Yeah, D5 actually will be something you have to, every move, you have to think about this move. He plays rook C1 to handle it. We probably will see maybe a quick rook C8, takes, D5, takes, knight C4. You should be good. Should be good.
Something like this.
Yeah, and because you have to look at d5 every move. Every move you got to be looking at, is he going to push d5? But I think every time we have it under control.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have too many tempi here. I mean, black might even be better after a take and bishop b4, rook d8. Stuff like this is possible. Oh, wait, bishop b4, queen d4. Ooh, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. There's some tricks here, right?
There are some tricks. This would be an pretty unpleasant end to the game.
But this is a time where you have to check d5 every single move. Every single move. And the reason why we had to move the bishop is because rook takes e7 in that line. Take takes, d5, takes, e7's hanging. So there is some slight tricks there. So you have to be careful. He does go rook c8 though.
Yeah, rook c8, inviting a trade of rooks. Also renewing this knight jumping into c4 as a threat. It's not really a threat, but it would be a nice square for the knight to jump to.
Right.
I feel like the opening has been a great success for Hikaru. I feel the position is solid. Yes, white has this nice center here. I've forgotten where my colors were. White has this nice center with e4, d4. But black's piece is all active. This bishop on b7 is looking very nice. The knight looking to jump into c4. Bishop might come to f6 at some point. So I like what he's done. He's also been playing quite fast as Magnus is just dropping under 10 minutes here.
That is true. I forgot the time control. It is rapid. So yeah, one thing to notice here is he did equalize. It's very equal. Black has his trumps, white has his. Both bishops being finchettoed in a way. Bishop on b2. Not really finchettoed, but okay, we'll call it finchetto, bishop, whatever. Both the bishops are on the long diagonals. It can be used, obviously, to break in the center with d5 or e5, and we have a queen to d3. Queen to d3, stopping knight c4, holding d5. That's a good move. Maybe we just go like, all right, what's some moves here? Let's think. Queen d7. I mean, that's one move we could play, which I think he highlighted, or he knows, obviously what are black's moves here. Queen d7, though, just is a principal move. Connect the rooks. We're aiming at queen a4 in some cases, even bully the a pawn. We can take that. b2 being a loose piece, loose meaning undefended, is a problem. So we can do queen takes a2 and attack this bishop. We can always get out with queen b3 and move something to c4 as well. So I do like queen d7 a lot. It does develop the pieces.
Yeah, Hikaru's still thinking about that move. Meanwhile, in the chat, someone asked, man, why did they pair these two in the first round? I'm sure one of the mods can answer it. I think it's either a random draw or according to where the players finished in the qualifier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was certainly not a conscious, let's pair Magnus and Hikaru.
Let's pair Magnus and Hikaru for the fans, for the likes and the views, guys.
We've been seeing these two battle it out a lot lately. And yeah, remember this tournament, a couple of words about the format. This is actually a double elimination format. So whoever loses here is not out of the tournament, but will go to the loser's bracket and will have to fight their way all the way back.
That double elim is something serious, guys. That double elimination, it makes it very interesting. It makes it spicy. Also, you have that time where, what is it? Like it's less pressure. Someone said, I can't remember which GM said that, but he was like, yo, it's kind of like less pressure in a way, because like if you lose, you do have another shot at it.
Exactly.
All right, and he plays
I quite like it. I think when it was introduced, it took me a while to wrap my head around it. I think
like, what, he lose, but he not losing? What do you mean? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, to be completely honest, now when I work at an event that's double elimination, I'm like, yeah, it's completely clear. But when I'm not working in an event and I'm just keeping a loose eye on it, like I remember the last event, I think, of this tour, I was just like, I have no idea.
I don't know what's going on.
On a certain day, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, where are they at, all the divisions. It's a lot to take in, but slowly and surely, I'm sure we'll all get there. Yes.
A double elim is there. It's new, and it's so common now because, like, yes, for a while it was just not a thing. Like when you lose, you're out. That's it, single elim. But having the double elimination makes things a lot spicier, which I've even seen. I think that happened in one of the Champions Chess Tours. Magnus lost, dropped down to the losers, made it all the way to the final, and still won or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. This did happen. Something else that just happened is the
D5
is
finally there. Oh man! All right, hold on, chat. How do we feel about this?
So first, let's see what happens if we just take the pawn on d5. White is going to recapture. You can see from the eval bar, the computer's not a big fan of that.
You can't go bishop b4. Remember that whole idea. Bishop b4, queen d4, hit the button. Hit the button. Hit it right now. That's the resign button, that is, right? And both rook files are open. d5. So what happens on rook c1 then first? Let's go back after bishop takes. So takes. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Even rook c1 first, and then take on d5. Take. I don't know, man. I can take this, bro. I am going to capture this pawn, Fiona. Yes.
Yeah, wait. I took on c1 first. Was there? Okay, that's actually on the board. Rook takes c1 is on the board by Hikaru. Does Magnus have some...
I think he just feels he has
There's no intermediate move because we'll take on e1 with a check, so Magnus will have to recapture. Bishop takes surely doesn't make
any sense. Like, all right, why would you take with the bishop? The bishop is beautifully placed where it is. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this pawn, Fiona. Yes. Give me the pawn.
I'm with you. Okay, wait, maybe here. After e takes.
takes, and queen takes d5. I'm just going to take it, like I said.
But that's okay. I'm being helped a bit by the computer here, but the computer is saying here 95? There's an intermezzo.
That's cute, a little intermezzo. Okay, whatever. Who cares? You blocked the bishop, so let me see. Queen a4. I did want to play this move. I mean, it is hitting a2.
You want to go pawn grabbing?
Yes, I want to go pawn grabbing, Chad. Yes. Queen a4, and then I want to take on a2.
Okay. Yeah, tricky position to evaluate
it's like
from
+1.
afar.
That's crazy, bro. That is just nuts. Like, pawn grabbing is just not always for everyone here, but wow.
The king looks a little lonely. The queen looks far away, but we have grabbed a pawn. I wonder if Hikaru is considering this. Would you also grab that pawn if you were playing rather than commentating? Because
100%. And it really might depend on who you playing, because Magnus effect, Hikaru effect, like same thing. You like, if they're giving it up, I might not do it. I might.
If you're playing me, on the other hand,
it depends on who you're playing. I'm not even gonna lie,
give me that pawn.
It depends on who you playing, bro.
So rook takes c1, and Hikaru is thinking here.
Depends on who you're playing.
Yeah, for sure. He hasn't taken yet. On d5. Can I do something like rook d8, try and increase the pressure?
Rook d8? I mean, but then you have to worry about 95 again.
Yeah.
Maybe not, though. I have queen e8.
Also bishop h3. I see, pointed out by the computer, is annoying with that pin.
Queen e8. Oh, yeah, bishop h3. That's kind of gross. But I mean, Houston pin too, though. He takes it. And he takes the pawn, chat. He takes the pawn, chat. There it is. He takes it. Okay, so now what?
I think he has to go 95 probably if he wants to keep the initiative. Because if he takes, I mean, this line we saw.
It's just easy for black. We just have a pawn. Yeah. Like, what are you doing with your life, bro? What are you doing?
Magnus does play 95.
Okay, so yeah, this is the critical moment. Now you have to figure out where do you put the queen in, Fiona. And I'm going with a4.
I like the greedy approach.
a4.
Let's figure out. And you are gonna take.
Yes, Fiona. I'm going to take it. I will. Thank you very much.
You know, it's interesting, since I'm looking at the engine evaluation, there's only one move here for Magnus that gives him a big edge, and that move is queen c3.
But what happens on, bishop f6? Is there no, I don't understand. What happens? Rook a1, queen b3? Is there a rook a5?
Actually, it's just the counter-greedy approach.
Oh, wow, that is ridiculous calc. COE calculation, boy, you better be calculating. That is crazy. What a line that is. Like, you get the pawn back, and this is where, white has the 7th rank. He did get the pawn back, and I would probably take white by a slight edge here now because of the sequence. That's crazy. You have to find queen c3, which is really difficult. Now, obviously, Magnus and Hikaru could find the sequence as well. So maybe you don't take, obviously, on a2, but man, it's so tempting to take it.
Also, the question is, if you don't go to a4,
where do you put the queen? Beautiful question. queen d6, but then, maybe just queen d6. It takes on d5. There's bishop f6. Something. They just steal like white. Man, they are just disrespectful all the time.
Yeah, maybe just
f4. Oh, that's ugly. Rook d8.
or just
bishop a3. Oof. Yikes. Bishop a3, and I'm just on you. Yeah, I'm just on you. You have to go queen b8. You're looking crazy right now. You're crazy.
This
queen
is
b8.
not
This is
fun.
ugly. It's ugly.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that black is no material down here and the computer says +4.
What? +4? Knight g4? Oh, yeah, that's lights out. How do you even defend? Where do you move? You don't. In fact, you can't even move this bishop. Knight takes f6.
You can't even defend it. You're going to have to take back with the pawn. Okay.
Yeah, this is
now we understand why it's +4.
So queen d6 is nothing. Queen e6, queen a4. I mean, yeah, queen e4 is the most active move. Queen e6 gets hit with a tempo. Queen d8. That's a tough move to make. I am not a fan of this, obviously, but maybe it's a move you make and try to, hold and consolidate after bishop d6, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I see some people in the chat commenting that both players look really tired. What do you make of what we see on camera?
Magnus always looks like that, apparently. And Hikaru, I think, is very well rested. He's definitely a person that gets sleep. He actually does. Wait, is this on the board? This all on the board. It happened.
My goodness.
Oh, and we're one, and it's take, and take, and take, and take. And take. There it is.
That's literally everything we had on the board, yeah?
That's it. All on the board. And you prefer white by a slight, very slight edge for white. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, both sides have a passed pawn. White slightly more advanced.
Wow.
That is crazy. Calling some moves here.
I mean, I am a Jedi in my spare time. I do have a YouTube as well.
I see. Well, that's the thing as well. Commentating on the players' appearances for Hikaru, I guess it's quite early in the morning. Maybe not so early, but while for Magnus, I think he's in the same time zone as me, 6 p.m. I don't think if he just finished the party, as someone was suggesting in the chat, if he partied until 6 p.m., then he'd have a good reason. He looks tired.
Yeah, it's very like not early, guys. It's noon where Hikaru is, so hopefully he's not tired. Could have slept in this morning.
Yeah, he looks quite relaxed to me, I have to say. But yeah, let's see. I mean, knight c5, Hikaru just defended his bishop on b7. The question is, if you're Magnus, how do you make progress here? How do you try and use that tiny edge you have?
Yeah, the problem is, exactly. Making moves like f4. You just slowly progress. You slowly Magnus effects in a way. You just do. And what is Kramnik has a quote that he says, "You have to do nothing well." And doing nothing well is the hardest thing, one of the hardest things in chess. Now, f4 is not this a nothing move, but moves like this, of course, is how you would try to squeeze this position from the white side. The black side, we got to get this pawn, bro.
Yeah, stabilizing the knight in the center, also opening up for the king to maybe join the game eventually. If we're black, yeah, you talk about this pawn. If I'm black, I also maybe at some point... Okay, let me ask you one question. Can we trade rooks, or is something really bad going to happen?
Take, and let me see. This seems fine, Fiona. I actually like this. Seems fine. I guess, okay, king f8. Oh, I can't get the d6, though. This is just worse. My goodness. We're just playing a worse position. This is the hardest thing in chess, too, right? Like, chess is hard. Harder thing in chess, nothing moves. Hardest thing in chess, playing worse positions. Bro, chess is just difficult. But here, this is a very hard position, I think, to play for Hikaru. Practically, that is, practically.
Okay, if not rook a8, maybe rook d8. Try and increase the pressure here.
Yeah, then I don't think I can even take on d5 yet, so I have to go h6 or something.
So let's see, h6. And now what?
That's a great question.
Okay, apparently only one move for white here, since
really? Only one move. Let's see what it is, chat. Rook takes b7, that's nothing. D6 cannot be played. I do not know. Maybe knight. Does knight C6 work?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa,
the one.
what a move. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Breathe. Breathe first. Whoa. Bishop takes C. Wait a second. What is going on here?
And the problem if
But
we
he takes
take, this pawn is
Yeah, it's
suddenly
running.
uncomfortably close.
Whoa.
So wait,
Whoa.
what? But
What the? Whoa. Okay. C7, rook C8, and how do we win? Bishop H3? No. Oh, you just easy one. Oh my goodness, easy one. Wow, rook A8 takes, and no way to stop the queen.
yeah, and Hikaru is spending a bunch of time here. He's now under 3 minutes. Actually, time ticked down so quickly. Did they really start with
That's
15 minutes?
ridiculous.
Can't be like, how are we under 3 minutes suddenly?
Yeah. This is, I mean, practically just a bad position. Practically, right? Engine's going to defend everything. You see the eval bar. Oh yeah, eval bar says eval bar, but and you think on your own. The practicality here is difficult. Rook A8 is going to be difficult because you're just going to have to defend a worse position. Takes. You got to pass D pawn. It's going to be hard to get the king to D6 to blockade the said pawn, right? You have to blockade it, keep it under lock and key. Obviously, is what they say. King D6 you can't play because knight F7. It means this pawn is going to be here for a while, and your king is on G8. My king's running to maybe E3, meaning having a more active king. It's just worse. It's worse to play, and it's really annoying. It's really annoying from the black side. It's just being honest. And Hikaru was thinking he may just go a rook A8.
Yeah, the problem is the alternatives. Like, I'm sure Hikaru understands he is slightly worse in that endgame, but the alternatives are not much more tempting. The problem is this rook on the 7th rank is really, really annoying.
Vicious. Very vicious. Like, it's just, yeah, and he goes with it. And we have a trade. Maybe King F2 next. King F2. It's just a good move, obviously, to get the king to the center of the board. King F8, I was thinking, but this is natural, but where are we going? Maybe just King E7, I guess. Maybe do the same thing, because I can't go to King E3. Maybe I can't. I mean, D4, what I meant. King E7 is, whoa,
oh God.
That's a blunder. Oh, yes, sheesh. Look at that. So you have to go Bishop B7 first. Other way, B. Other bishop.
Huh?
Bishop B7.
Oh, Bishop B7. I thought you wanted to
B7.
take control over D6.
I do want to, in fact. So maybe that could be played. Bishop E7, F6,
maybe
Bishop D6. Yeah, they both work.
Funny that I misheard, but maybe Bishop E7 also makes some sense.
Right, and solid. And then play F6 and Bishop D6 and try to hold here, guys. We need some energy, chat. We need them spam. Let me get in the chat. Hold on, spam. Yeah, let me get in the chat. Do it work? Oh, it works. Okay, let's go. Yeah. I am not feeling this position as black here. Obviously, Hikaru's not either. He's down on time. So it's probably that time to put some energy out here and some good vibes.
Yeah, I remember also, even though this started as a rapid game, the players only get 3 seconds per move. 3 seconds is not a lot. It's more than they got in the SCC, but for a game, I think it's more a problem of adjusting, you know, because you start out with 15 minutes, you feel like, oh, I've got so much time. And suddenly when you're down to a minute, like Hikaru is here, 3 seconds a move isn't that much. I don't think the position is lost by any means. Hikaru actually doing something clever, just sidestepping that square that we were talking about.
Yeah.
But then where does he want to continue to? He can't move any further. D7 is under the knight's control. And as you mentioned, there is a pawn hanging on F7 if we step to D8.
Great question, Fiona. I have no idea what we're about to do here. Okay, now obviously you have to make some moves, but King E8 is a clear sign that something is not, we are not happy about this position, obviously.
On the other hand, Magnus also needs to make progress. I don't think he wants to step into the line of our bishop. He can't step either to E4, D3. So what do you do as white? It's also not so clear.
Yeah, maybe trying to make some progress with maybe a G4 or an H4, maybe an H3. And so these type of moves are very possible. Very possible. But
I actually liked your suggestion of G4, and now I see G5.
G5.
Just undermining everything.
G5. G5. Wow, that's a nice move. That's really strong. So highlighting the what is it? They always say there's weakness of the last move. So playing G4, I guess, just weakens the F4 pawn. Because playing G5 now wouldn't be mad at all. Bishop A3 with the idea of capturing. Oh, maybe he wants to go King D3, King C4. Does he have
So
time
you're
to do that?
saying, let's say Hikaru makes a pass
Right.
move.
Snap, snap. King D3. I might have King E7. Oh, I don't. Wait. Oh, no, I don't. I could go Bishop E7 at some point, but my king is too
E7,
close.
yeah, there's still this
And D6
D6.
again. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, this is not good. So is Bishop E7 the same thing? How do you even defend the pawn in that case? Wow, that's sick.
Yeah, so let's see. Hikaru goes Bishop E7 instead.
So we can take back with check. And play F6.
Yeah, and
take that
also
knight.
maybe we can just kick out this annoying knight at some point.
Have to get rid of that.
I
Under a
actually
minute,
like
though.
the way Hikaru's defended this. I think the position is still unpleasant, but I think it's also very, very difficult just for White to make progress.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. I am not, well, shoot, I'm not playing no Queen's India anytime soon. Like, a lot of times you want to model your games off the players you love to watch. Hikaru's my guy. Like, you know, he's saying he had one of the best King's Indian games ever versus, who was that, Gale fan? Queen was hanging for 3 moves in a row. You know, just crushed him, you know what I mean? Like King's Indian. But it's, this one I'm not putting in the arsenal. So it's not working. B5, we did see that. Okay. Knight B6. Bishop B7.
Yeah, I see in the chat, where was Orange Popsicle saying, I feel like Hikaru could draw this. I think a draw is at the moment still an overwhelming favorite. Yes, Hikaru is under pressure, but I don't think the position was ever anywhere near being lost. And suddenly Hikaru is mobilizing his own passed pawn, which I think we love to see.
I do like this move B5. You want to try to stay as active as you can. Which was very nice. Maybe we go Bishop B7, improve the position, or F6. So he is allowing F6. Obviously, Magnus saw this move, but he does go with the improving move. Just move the bishop off the back rank.
Yeah, also, finally, this bishop is defended. Could go either to A6 or to C6. We don't really see what it would be doing back on CH right now, but maybe in the future if this pawn needs to be dealt with. If your Magnus, still the same questions. How do you actually make progress here? There is still this knight forward jump. That's what he goes for. The knight is on C6, and Hikaru decides to give up the bishop here. Captures on C6, and now offers a trade of the dark squared bishops.
Take. Okay, this is Devereski page. Hold on, let me check the win. Let me see to the north. Yes, this is Devereski page 152. Now in here, of course, White definitely has a slight edge, and the only reason, okay, there's 2 reasons, or maybe 3. Geez, but practically he has the bishop here. He has a passed pawn, and his king is slightly more active, as you see, King E4. But I think we can hold here. I think we can hold for sure. We do have both the minors. We are around this pawn. It's gonna take a lot for him to get through.
Yeah, if you're Magnus, can I just keep advancing here?
King E7. King E7.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a stupid mate in here. Like me, and I think I've got that from Danya, but like finding weird, crazy mates, right? So obviously this is not going to happen, but it's just good to point out the patterns. Like Bishop D4 here, Fiona. Bishop D4 from White. Bishop D4. Then F5. This is obviously you would never play this move. And then Bishop H3 and then Knight B4 mate. It's such a sick mate.
Very nice.
Obviously, this is not happening, but you always like, you know, these little things may pop up sometimes.
In the game, yeah. I think it's super helpful to just, you know, see those patterns. Even if they're not going to happen, it's always going to help improve your chess. In the game, Magnus played H4, Hikaru, King E7, Hikaru down to 30 seconds. Magnus also under a minute suddenly. And we're back in the live position.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice for us. Just at least the time. At least the time. Yeah, he's going to hold. I'm very confident here he's going to hold.
This pawn on H6 is a funny one, right? Because it's only 2 squares away from promoting. So you always in the future, if the bishop lands on this diagonal, need to watch out for some bishop takes G6. But the pawn could also be weak on H6, so quite double-edged.
Absolutely. He plays, is that game move, King E6? Like we got some moves there, Fiona. Bishop F1, yeah, there we go. Okay. Shoot, I do want to hold, but maybe I just move the bishop around. Just move the bishop. Like bishop. Okay. F5. It's a 30-second chess with like, what's the increment? Is it 3 seconds?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay. So this is even worse. Like 3 seconds. Oh, it's what? Losing completely? Stop playing. How? No, I don't believe it. Where? What is this? Apparently he missed some type of shot.
Yeah.
Obviously you have nothing.
Apparently it was takes. No.
And then takes and bishop h3 or something. What is this? How is
I
this?
don't know. Maybe it was just the evaluation bar going a bit crazy.
Yeah, the eval bar is crazy. Bishop d3. I mean, it's a weak pawn. What is the idea? h6 is hanging? No. This is like not human.
Very hard to understand.
It's not human.
Maybe all to do with this pawn, but okay, let's stick with the live game.
That is
bishop. Oh, but bishop d6. Computers did.
Takes. Is this the live? Wow. Apparently, we are still going down this line. It's on the board, and he shakes his head. Oh my goodness! Wow, that happened in a different way, Fiona. Believe it or not, we just looked at that, and that just happened. Unbelievable.
So, Magnus didn't take immediately. He played bishop d3, and after bishop,
same idea.
d6, same idea.
But he moved the bishop. I guess he had to. Maybe he didn't have a move. He had to go like b4 or something, or like. You can't even move. You like zugged out, Zugzwang in a way. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm not playing. No, I'm about to any Queen's Indian information I have. I'm not using. I'm about to send that boy back.
Yeah, I mean, what was the way? Like it went wrong so quickly.
Yeah,
this was bishop f8, which looked natural to defend to attack this pawn.
He had to go where? What was the move here?
He had to go either knight d5 or take on g4.
Take on g4. Ah, man, I really don't want to take on g4, which I understand.
But knight d5 is also tricky, right? Because suddenly this pawn is hanging, and you can take.
Take. Bishop d3.
Computer saying just defend the pawn.
So c1. Of course, let's have Magnus move b4. Yeah, you have to defend. Makes sense. Okay.
Problem is b4 you run into this pin, which
oh, look at these bishops. My goodness. Yeah, you get zugged out.
What if I just wait?
Okay. Bishop, yeah, maybe just move. King d6, bishop e5. And then maybe I go.
And then you lose a piece, huh?
Yeah, bishop d5. Immediately. Pawn, yeah.
That was a really, really tough loss for Hikaru to start with, especially because, okay, the ending, I mean, he was worse throughout that game, but in the end, it was really, really brutal the way that happened. So we will need Hikaru to bounce back in the next one. I'm not sure when exactly it starts. We'll keep you posted in the chat, but for now we're gonna go on a very quick break. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. We're gonna go on a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Hikaru needs all your energy. We'll be right back. We are back. Unfortunately, Hikaru did just lose game 1 against Magnus Carlsen, but remember, this is a best of 4, so plenty of time for Hikaru to strike back. What do you think his approach is going to be, James, with the white pieces in game 2?
Well, it's a 4-game match, but I need to still play. I can't go, crazy out here. I'm not about to play the a3, h3 and just lose my absolute mind. But I have to play my best stuff, but I also have to pose some problems here. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with maybe e4 or d4. Honestly, e4 is best by test, so I'll go the e4 route, see what happens there. We have to bounce back for sure, 100%, guys. We have to bounce back. It's one game. Hurts to lose, but obviously we still have a match to finish. So,
absolutely, still plenty of time to bounce back. 2 white games to come. Well, 1 now and 1 later on. So we'll see. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be e4, d4? Let me see, maybe some knight f3, b3 stuff. We can see the players are back. The games should start very, very soon. By the way, elsewhere in Division 1, we had 2 draws. In the clash of generation between young Denis Lazovic and Shahriar Mamedyarov, that was a draw. Also, Alireza Firouzja against MVL, the clash of the Frenchmen, ended in a draw. And Jan Nepomniachtchi got a win over Anish Giri.
Man, y'all playing everywhere. He was just playing earlier. He was just playing. Like literally, I was watching him like 2 hours ago play. My man's just doing it. Shout out to Jan about me. He's playing some other event.
Yeah, in the Levitov week.
Yeah, Levitov event.
Yeah.
He's like literally playing live over there. It's funny. Yeah, I didn't know he was playing.
And we see the board has just been reset, which should be a start that the next game is going to start soon. If you're wondering, I see Anani is saying why Hikaru defeat the game. If the question is why did he resign in the last game, very quickly, just to pull that up again, the problem is that his pawn on h7 was about to drop. And with that, the h passed pawn becomes too powerful. So we're back now, waiting for game 2 to start. As you can see, the two players still waiting. What do you think is going through Hikaru's mind? Do you think he wants to take some risk as he opens d4, or he thinks, okay, there is no need to go all out in game 2?
It's hard because when you take, Magnus is, just as accurate. It's like night and day with these two, right? So, knight c3. Hold on, you ain't about to play Joe Bava. If he played Joe Bava, Fiona, and my Joe Bava course about to drop in like a month on Chessable. If he played Joe Bava, I'm gonna lose it. Fiona. Let me chill. Let me breathe. He not about to play Bishop f4. He not. Like, I don't believe he gonna play Bishop f4. What you think,
we see Magnus taking his time after knight c3. Is it gonna be the Java London? What do you think?
We about to see. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. He might go Bishop g5. It's official. I'm not playing any other opening ever again. I don't need to. We don't need to, chat. We don't need to. For all my Joe Bava Londoners out there. There you go, Creamsicle. That's right. Yeah, I already know. I know. That's Neil. Shout out to you, baby. Yes, sir. He loved Joe Bava himself. And we do have a course coming out. Might as well prop, on Chessable. It's going to be there. Endorsed by Hikaru. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so hyped now. I'm so hyped
now. Joe Bava London. Your course, actually, how is it going to differ? I think there's at least 2 courses out that I'm familiar with. I think Simon Williams did one and Hans 100%. Newman did one.
Correct. Mine is over 700 variations already and counting. Wow. So it actually is a little bit, it's thicker than both of those combined. In fact, I have both of them. There's a third one that's not talked about on Chessable as well. He played the E4 option. The E4 option, and Danya has one too as well, but it's not on Chessable. Danya and Bortnik, so I definitely have those as well. He went with the E4 option. This one can get spicy, but a lot of times it fizzles out to a draw. So I actually go with the E3 lines. And if you check the database, the most recent game, which is a very strong one from Fallujah, beating Dominguez and an E3 line. Of course, it is more solid here, but you also get positions that are just very strong and easy, and you're kind of playing for 2 results here. In that E4 line, it's some problems, especially knight takes E4. What Magnus played is the best move, and it goes into lines that I don't like in the Joe Bava, just being honest. So knight takes E4, and he has to take, and DC5 is the move. And then queen D1, actually, will give you some chances. Rook takes, and then like these positions I just don't like as much from the white side.
Why is this okay? Why do you not like it so much for white, these ones?
I've had bad experiences. In fact, every game that I've played here, especially if I wanted to win, it was much harder than usual. They have to go like knight c6, f6, and e5, which you have to know what you're doing there. Knight c6, f6, e5, yeah. These are quite annoying to face.
Do you think Magnus Carlsen has watched Hans Niemann's course on the Joe Bava London?
What's funny is I'm sure a lot of things that I've seen Magnus play, I know he got from either he's people didn't know this about Chessable. I've been on Chessable a long time. My streak over 1,500. I'm about 1,500 days now. But he has like he before Magnus bought Chessable at some point. People don't know this, but Magnus bought Chessable. At some point, Magnus' face was just on Chessable one day, and we like, what the heck is this? So it was an endorsement of like, oh, it's really nice to use it. So I know he definitely goes through the courses. He definitely does, because he has access to probably all of them, like, which is nice. But knight b5, I've never seen here for Fiona. This is some new territory, 100%. I have never in my life seen this move with the white pieces. This just, okay, we're not gonna say it's not a move, but like in all the Joe Bava theory out there, this one has not been played. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, and Hikaru blitzed it out. So clearly, the good news is this is some home prep. The bad news is the computer does not approve, but I don't think that's necessarily so bad, because I think especially in faster time controls, bringing a surprise on your opponent can be so effective, because they don't know. I mean, Magnus, of course, suspects. If he's never seen this move, he must know, it's not a top move. But
Yeah.
Refuting it over the board is not always so simple. He played knight a6 to cover, defend against that fork on c7, and Hikaru continuing f3, breaking all chess principles.
Oh, this is a gross opening. If people don't know, they're like, what is this? What is this opening? And then you get hit by it. And then the Joe Baba wins again, right? So you feel great. You feel great when you get hit by it, because you're like, what is this chess? What are you doing? What are you playing? And then what's funny is there's a game by David Howell. This is a secret game. So, you can probably Google it. It might come up, but it's David Howell versus Gary Kasparov. And when I was talking to David, and David was like, yeah, Gary was very angry about this game, but it's a very bad game. So we don't like to bring it up too much, but Gary did beat or lose to the Joe Baba London himself by David Howell. So this is a wacky opening, but you can get a lot of aggressive chances from it all the time. Every game you will get some chances. So it's really nice. But this way I've never seen. And even Creamsicle says we're going to learn something today. I'm definitely going to learn something in this one. I've never seen this move order after knight takes e4 to go knight b5 and then knight a6, f3. Honestly, he on his own. He's off the head, I think, 100%.
You think Magnus?
Oh, yeah. No, Hikaru. Hikaru. I think he's off the head, because knight b5 is just, there's just no theory ever on that. There's so much.
No, but I mean, he could have looked at it for today. No?
Oh, yeah, for today, yeah, maybe with knight b5. Yeah, maybe for today. That could be something.
I mean, he's like, yeah, let me just try this new thing today. Surely he's not just making it up right now as we speak. Like, oh, let me blitz out knight b5 and then f3 a move. If you're watching this at home, don't do it at home. F3 weakens your king. The king is still so far removed from getting castled, because those two, the bishop and the knight, are still in their starting square. So what's the idea of f3? The knight is under attack?
No, actually, in fact, f3 is part of theory. F3 is part of theory in certain areas. You know how you can use theory of like, oh, if he plays this line, then these are some themes and ideas. So if it's not theory, we'll call it theme and idea here. F3 is a theme and an idea of not only is it kicking the knight, but you want to play g4, h4 at some point. You are looking to castle queenside. Obviously, maybe not now. I think we take on c5 here, and I think that's his whole idea. After f3 is to take on c5. So now you can't take on c5 with the knight, and you go knight c7 at some point. Problem here is he might just be able to go like, I don't know, e6 or g6 or something. So, but f3, I mean, I actually like this funky way of playing against the c5 line, which is the most critical. Never seen it played before, ever. So this is like brand new territory, to be honest.
Very interesting stuff. Magnus decides to drop back to d6 instead, and Hikaru just keeps blitzing out those moves.
Takes, bishop takes. We have ourselves a nice position, and look at that. Bishop d7, did you play? Wow, bishop d7's played. And
I'm curious. I'm gonna take one very small timeout just to see, has this been played before? I'm very, very curious.
Oh, for sure. That'd be nice to see. Never seen that move order before. You always see something new, especially with these guys. It's always good to see it. But look, that's a stamp of approval. My man's played the Joe Baba against Magnus Carlsen. You gonna play this? All right, in a serious game? Okay. All right, cool.
Knight
cool.
b5 has only been played twice before, as far as I can see. Once by 2200 and once by 1900.
Yeah.
So yeah, completely new territory.
Really new here.
Wow.
Really new. Queen takes. Yeah, with Trevor, I see you in the chat, Trevor. Yeah, we playing Joe Baba all day today. All day, all night. Playing Joe Baba London. All night long on stream, I promise you. Hikaru wins a new variation, is going to drop. Oh, you're right. We're going to put this in the course. We're also going to put the game where Lukash played it against Magnus. I think that was World Cup, something like that. But play something, and then it was the F3. He played the Queen's Indian with the F3 and the E4 pawn sack, something like that. So that's coming out. But yeah, that's going to be in there. I like this for white. Obviously, it's okay. It's not like better. It's just fine. We have a position.
Obviously, the equal bar is saying white is slightly better. You know, it's so easy for the computer. The computer was saying go back to f6, and then that line we went down after
And what happens
DC
after?
knight takes.
Yeah.
No,
Knight
sorry,
C7.
not
But
knight
there is no
takes.
knight take. So what is best here?
Well, it was
I'm
saying
like learning right
the
now.
best
What
move
is this?
was
Okay,
actually
what's that?
knight h5, knight to the rim.
Interesting. And then bishop goes e3. Oh, maybe there's e5. Wow.
Yeah, after bishop e3, I think it's already
E5.
some trouble.
Dang. So what you supposed to play
E5.
after knight h5?
Bishop goes
e5? No, that's stupid. That looks crazy.
either to g5 or you just defend.
Ugh. Yeah,
but yeah, computer did not like this. But that's, I think, kudos to Hikaru. I was gonna say in game one, you know, it's so difficult to surprise Magnus in the opening because he knows, I mean, his knowledge is just unbelievable, you know.
100%.
But Hikaru has done the, I would say, almost the impossible. He surprised Magnus on move 5.
Of course.
You don't see that.
Jar Jar Binks London from my guy Hikaru. Let's go, bro. It's inspiring. So this is how
Queen
the
b3. I guess. Well, what's happening with this king? I was gonna say, surely you're not gonna go queenside any longer, but maybe
you will. In fact, you will, Fiona. 100%. You will go queenside 99.999% of the time in the Joe Bob in London. So there are some lines, obviously, you do have to castle kingside, but this is an aggressive opening with very aggressive intentions. Casting queenside easily gets the rook to the d file. I don't see a clear way to get to the king yet, obviously, with black's pieces. You do need to open up the c file. It's about development. I think the good thing, and this is why I like to teach it to beginners too as well, the Joe Bob in London, because it is like you develop very fast. You go d4, you put the knight on c3, you got a bishop out as 2 pieces, you get the bishop out to d3, you put a knight on f3. You are like developing so fast that the good things happen when you develop your pieces, right? So castle queenside is something, or we go knight h3, king f2, but that is kind of gross. Or knight e2, king f2. Kind of gross to do. It's possible. Knight e2, king f2.
Okay, so can we do it immediately?
I don't know. I feel weird for after bishop e7 doesn't feel right. After bishop, it just doesn't feel right now. I would love to though. I would love to. I don't know. Maybe something is fishy with bishop f6. It feels like, but there's also bishop a4 first. I think. Yeah, because there might be a sack on d7. And then queen and queen g7 or sorry, queen b2 and bishop f6.
And if I
queen a3, that's a great move actually, Fiona. I like this move a lot. It's a great move.
Things are gonna get crazy here.
It is. And then knights. Ooh. Maybe just castle for black. And he says, what do? You aren't developed. Yeah, this isn't. We need to be safer. We are not developed all the way. Knight h3.
Okay. So what do we do first?
Fine. I'm actually gonna go with knight e2, king f2, to be honest. Because after looking at this, I just don't feel. So
this is the 1%. The 1%.
This is the 1%. Exactly. It's the 1%. Because even with the pawn on b4 and c5, we are gonna castle queenside, like it's possible. Some lines get very wacky there, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm not developed. I'm not developed. So I need to go if I'm not developed, I'm gonna go the other route. Knight e2. Just put the king on f2. Put the rooks on the d file. We got ourselves a game. And also one thing about in the Joe Bob in London, but also the London period, is the end games a lot of times favor white. People don't know this, and I learned this from Gata actually, just watching some of his streams, right? So he loves the London, but the London system, and I learned this, he was like, yeah, the London system in games favor white. But if you look at this with this pawn flanks, exactly, he's pushing it now, a4. The pawn flanks we have on the queen side is a huge majority. It's like 4 versus 2. Usually 3 versus 2 is better than, obviously, the king side majority. Queen side is better than the king side majority in the end games. So having this pawn flanks, we can push them boys, maybe c4 as well, knight e2, castles, get ourselves a really nice game. And if we do happen to trade queens or something, we will already have a very nice end game. So it is something to pay attention to.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that white is actually up a pawn in the current position. Magnus has gone kingside. And so the question, will we see knight e2, king f2? What's Hikaru going to go for here?
That's accurate, man. That's that 27, 50 plus. We're like, oh, snap. You know, then it makes sense as soon as you see it. That's very accurate. Bishop e5 is very sick because now it reroutes the bishop to a better square. You wanted to put the bishop on f6, now you can't. We put the bishop back to b2. This is going right in the course, chat. This whole game going inside the course. Boy, I'm about to rip this game apart.
So you're gonna have to do your whole course, right?
I have to redo it. You're right. It's not out yet. So exactly.
It's all going in the bin. 700 lines in the bin.
700 lines about to get switched around. No, but it's more like I'm thinking like 60 variations in that chapter or whatever. But okay, bishop b2, knight e2. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. I really like white's position now. Of course, obviously you do want to kick this bishop at some point. For black, I'm gonna put the bishop on b2. I'm gonna play knight e2. Maybe, yeah, king f2 is fine. King f2 is fine. So, I mean, you can't castle.
Well,
you could still go queenside here, Fiona. That is very like risky, but also a4 is hanging. Yeah, I don't even care nothing about that. So
you don't care about that pawn?
No, as in like I'm not castling. I mean, like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not about to do that.
I was thinking, I thought you were saying, I'm gonna
give him the a4.
And I don't even care
it's
about
just Magnus. Nobody care about him. Yeah.
Computer is loving it for Hikaru. I think the more time goes by, Hikaru is consolidating this extra pawn, and his position is great. Knight e2, as you were pointing out. Now the knight has a nice outpost on d4.
Mm-hmm.
What's Magnus gonna do here?
It's an easy move. Knight e2. Wow, he just hates this. Oh, a5. Dang, boy, this is accurate. I mean, accurate, and then another accurate move right back. That's a really nice move. Queen c6 is sneaky. Jeez, that's sneaky. A5 breaks up everything. It breaks up everything. And you go c3, a4 is going to be hanging after you take on b4. Wow. So yeah, that's a Magnus
so
move.
You're saying
you go c3, you lose the a4 pawn.
Yeah.
Take. I mean, okay, it's still equal. You know what I mean? And we do have a 2 versus 1, but he has the bishop here, which is more, I think, more than enough to say that, hey, you got you have the 2 on 1 on the queen side, but I got the bishop pair. Like, this is equal. This is super equal. I'm not trying to go down this route, especially with Magnus too as well. I mean, is there anything else? Yikes. That's kind of annoying. It's a great move.
Yeah, the problem is you can't really stop a5, right?
Yeah, it's a great
apart
move.
From, I was going to say apart from playing a5 yourself, but
it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
a5.
Hikaru did go for knight e2.
Yeah, a5 is coming, so I guess what do we do after a5? Can't push b5. And he goes a5.
You know what? I think we're gonna go down this line we saw where Hikaru will get the 2 pawns, Black will get the 2v1, and Magnus the bishop here.
And I think this is why I chose. I mean, okay, I like to give alternative. You know, chessbook gives you alternative stuff like that. Also, you know, chessbooks period give you like, hey, you can go this route or this route. So, you know, you obviously can go e3 or e4 out of the opening in this one. But again, this is like it's a lot of draws with the e4 line. The e3 line gives Black, I think, more chances to make mistakes. And there's one line that can be drawish, but even with this game from Faruja just showing how you can win against Dominguez, it's a very high level game. It's very sick. He did it with the e3 line, but it's just very boring. It's going to be very boring. Knight d4 is a move, but we still have to worry about, like, can he go queen d5? Takes, and then I still have to deal with this pawn thing. Yeah, this is annoying. c3 takes, and he a4.
Yeah, computer always just wants to give back the a pawn and play with this majority.
No.
Which actually looks fine.
Well, you're right. In fact, here with the knight on d4, it's a small subtlety that I'll do like.
Right here? What's
King d2 subtlety? Maybe? It's
yeah.
F6 move, but King d2, rook a1? I mean, this looks like the reverse.
+2?
+2? Wow. Wow. That is insane.
That is crazy.
I guess it's just rook a1, a7. Same thing. You did this to me in the first game. Like, you did this to me in the first game. That's insane, bro.
That's so funny.
That is insane.
Okay, Hikaru taking his time, but I like this line starting with
knight d4. What is there another queen move? Does he have to go queen d5? What about queen c8? Queen c8, I can go c3 and be comfortable though, right? Now I'm just up the pawn. You can't get the pawn back.
You have to go c3 actually, otherwise you're much worse. So c3.
c6. Other way.
What am I doing? Oh god, it's been a long day.
c3, okay. Yeah,
I literally in my mind I was making c3,
but it is the right move. It's just Black c3. It's literally c3 just for Black, but it's the other one. Correct.
It's been a long day of filming.
Oh.
I am also in the closing stages of a new chessable course.
You know, hey, there we go. Oh, man, I understand. Boy, those hurt.
Guys, I do know chess
edits. Oh
notation.
my
Don't you
goodness.
worry.
The edits, yeah, them edits take forever, boy. I'm telling you, boy, it takes so long.
Those final, they're always the most, for me, the most painful ones. You know, you've recorded the whole course and then just the little bits and bobs. They take forever.
Do this. But it comes out being so good. And here we go. We're going down this line, guys.
It's worth it.
Whoa, Rook D1. I was not expecting this at all. Okay. I like that, though. I like the decision to play on. I like that decision.
Okay, so Hikaru's saying, I'm not interested in this endgame. Maybe he felt it didn't give him enough chances. Which is what you mean by playing on with Rook D1, right? Right,
with Rook D1, yeah, of course. I mean, and who wants to, like, you know, oh, let's take Magnus to the end game. Like, you just never say that. So you never want to actually, you don't prefer to. Hikaru can, but you just don't prefer to, obviously, to go to these end games with him. So we keep pieces on the board. We can castle. Knight D4 is still an option in some cases.
The problem is, I'm not sure what's Hikaru gonna do after this move suggested by the computer. It's a computer suggestion, but it also makes sense. No? What did you say, Quincy?
I was looking at Knight C3. I'm calculating Knight C3. What's wrong with this move? I take the queen? I take the bishop? What is this? I don't understand. Rook B1? Oh, Rook B1 first. Oh, yes, Rook B1.
Oh, just take.
Wow, what a move. Man, that's some computers. Bro, you gotta be. You see the calculation that takes for that? That is ridiculous. What a line.
And Magnus plays.
Queen B5?
Queen B5.
Jeez, this man. Yo, you gotta chill, man. Magnus, what is he eating, my guy? Rook B1 is. He can play Rook B1. What an insane line. He's like, yeah, Knight C3 doesn't work. Take, Rook B1 check.
Yeah, and Rook B1 is not a move you want to make, right? That Rook just came to D1. So you've got to admit, sort of admitting that mistake, defending the pawn.
Right.
But okay, still, like, how does Black...
Wow.
Is Knight C3 Knight C3 is a threat now, so Black needs to do something about that.
Okay. I can just move away. Rook A8, something like that.
Queen A6, Magnus's choice. Bishop B2 looks, again, natural. Computer doesn't like it. I'm struggling to understand why the computer... Does it dislike Hikaru's position so much because of that king?
Shoot, that's... Wow, this is getting bad. This is getting out of hand right now. Yeah, it's a few things, I think. And that practically, right, like in chess, like you're supposed to develop and get your pieces active and castle your king. And in fact, it's just, you're like 2 tempi away from doing that. You need to deal with the knight on E2. You also like need to have your rooks connected. It's like 2 tempi away. Black is completely developed. Completely. So just like from a practical standpoint, it's just better for Black. Unless you have something concrete. He plays B6, but I think we have... No, we don't have C6. We have B5? Do we have B5? No, we don't. He just takes.
B5, you're looking at some bishop G7, I guess.
Right, some stuff like that. Maybe we just move.
Problem is...
Knight C3 at some point.
The problem, there's always this Rook A1 in the end. I think that's the problem.
Oh, that's kind of ugly. Correct. Okay, so we do have a knight C. Yeah, takes. Rook A1. King move and take the rook in the corner. So, do we have a live move yet? Did he make a move? No, he did not.
I was thinking.
Just what are our options? C6 is no good. That's nothing.
Apparently, only one move to stay in the game. Or to come back into the game, actually.
Queen C3 is bishop F6. I mean, I have the castle, so like maybe just knight C3.
It is knight C3, yeah.
And then where does he put the rook? Wait, where does he put the rook?
He doesn't put the rook. I'm being helped by the computer.
What? Queen D3? Okay, rook D1. This is his first move. I didn't even calculate anything. Queen E3 check. Oh, and King F1 and Bishop B5. Ooh, wait. Put that on the board, Fiona. Oh my goodness. Bishop B5. Get him off the board. Hit the button. Hit the button right now.
Wow.
Hit the button. That's disgusting. Okay.
But Hikaru finds knight c3.
Whoa, he sacrificed the exchange.
This is a game again.
Man, this is wicked. I mean, you do get these kind of games in the Chobaba. Very wild games. This is wicked right now. King in the center of the board, sacrificing an exchange. Do we actually take it? I don't know about this. I'm scared to take this exchange. What else do we do? Takes. He's going to take b4. Maybe have a rook a1.
No, there's a move here. e5. I don't even understand it yet.
Wow, it's a deflection tactic, but it's still giving a passed pawn regardless. Oh, but I get one too, and then bishop g7, yeah.
Now there's no more rook coming in.
Oof. Man, this is wild.
Okay, this is really, really wild. Will Hikaru take that rook on a4? It does look scary. He's down to 3 and both players now under 4 minutes.
Take the rook. Come on, Hikaru. Come on, bro. He takes it. There it is. At least we got some material so you can feel a little better. All right, cool. Got some material. But,
and b5. If he finds b5, that'd be sick.
That is the move. That's the hard part, which I believe he will find. It's Hikaru. b5. Wait, he's shaking his head there. Quick head shake. I wonder what he's mad about.
Yeah, I think b5 is not an easy move to spot.
See what he's looking at. Okay.
Mitch in the chat is saying, I'm having a bad feeling of a draw. I think considering the position he had, a draw is not the worst result. Yes, he got a nice position out of the opening, but then there were also a few moves when things were not looking so great. Yeah, it doesn't play b5, but now...
Bishop f6, queen c5 is the idea. Man, this feels risky, but I'm okay. I guess not. Engine like, psych! Queen d3 might be GG. Like,
yeah, Engine's like, nah, another K.
Yeah, try again, big dog. Shoot. Yeah, that's GG. I mean, look at king in the center of the board. This is so important to castle. He plays bishop f6, queen e3. He saw that. And we are holding. We are holding, guys. Woof. Man, what a position.
Still, I mean, I would love to see this king castle. For now, we can't, of
Please,
course.
bro, come on. Just castle, bro. Just castle. Lord, please say Hikaru, just castle. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man. Can you just get his king out the center, bro?
So what now? Okay, if you're Magnus also, what do you... Okay, if I'm black, I would love to get this rook into the game, but I need to do something about this bishop first. What if I... Yeah, I mean, Hikaru up in exchange. If he can consolidate, if he can get this king into safety, he'll be winning.
Right. Now, winning actually is harder. It's easier said than done. I believe that we are better. We do have better, but winning, I think, will be difficult because even if, let's say, everything traded, like I'm just saying, like we get
if
somehow
these 2 pawns come up or what?
Exactly. Maybe even he played bishop h4 check, g3, and now he's gonna have to move the bishop. So I guess he wanted to keep the pieces on here, but now. I want to go king f2 so bad, but he's going to take on b4, and that's going to give him some
interesting. Also, that he felt that it's better to provoke g3 than to play bishop e7 immediately. Why do you think that is? Why do you think he prefers this position?
Keeps the king, I think, a little bit weaker because now we have. Let's say the king gets to g2. Maybe obviously we have the light square diagonal with bishop c6 at some point. And it's just keeping the king a little bit weaker. Sometimes you'll see these checks a lot in different other openings as well, to just provoke a weakness around the king that may actually pose, something good for us much later in the game. And so very nice check there. Keeps pieces on the board. I think we have to take this pawn on c5. We can always block stuff with like bishop d4 at some point. And rook c1, I mean, pawn feels like I can grab this pawn. I'm just like so close to getting away. I'm so close.
Yeah, if I'm black, I'm probably playing rook c8.
Maybe rook c1.
Rook c1.
And then I'm just defending everything. You're going to have to be sharp. Bishop d4. Bishop a3, I don't like so much. Well, apparently this is a bad move. How?
Because of e5?
e5? You have to be, man. That's some engine stuff. Oh, he goes Rook E8. Jesus, man. That's why your king gotta be castle. Unbelievable. Queen takes and bishop F6 and Rook E8. This is like a nasty sequence of moves, my guy. Oh my goodness. And then Rook E8, you can hit the button before you even move the queen. Just hit the button now. It's game over. This is gross. Wow.
So in the game, so Hikaru took and Rook B8 was played instead of Rook C8, which we just looked at.
You have two. I mean, I gotta go king F2. Might as well. At this point, might as well just move the king to F2. Tuck and roll with the king. Bring the other rook in the game. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling optimistic after king F2.
Me
there's a rook
too.
B3.
I mean, it's just a full exchange now. Right now, black is not threatening to win this pawn back. We need to get the king into safety. It's been too long. It's move 26. That king still hasn't moved.
Don't try this at home, chat. Never cast. It's on move 26. All right. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, I castled on move 26 today. King F2, rook B3, and you have bishop C3. I think we're okay after bishop C3. Very strong move.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah, suddenly everything under control here. And this is turning around. Suddenly be
looking good. Come on, Cardi.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Right.
This is Hikaru's chance to strike back.
Let's go, chat. Energy. Let's get the spam up. Hold on. Let's get the spams in the chat. I'm ready. Spam. Let's go. We can feel the energy now. Yeah, dog.
And look at Magnus. Suddenly both players down to like a minute roughly.
Okay, Queen C4. Instant blunder. Not a good move. I mean, probably just Rook C1. Like, this is very easy move to play. Anybody in the chat can play this move. All of you guys in chat can play this. Anybody.
And then
Rook
we
H to C1, and you push that boy. Or Queen E5 is also coming with tempo, depending on where the queen goes. Well, I mean, there was some Queen E5 hitting B8. So if he went like Queen A6, Queen E5, Queen E5 would probably win. Hit G7 in the rook. It's game over. It's game over. So
yeah, I mean, Rook C1 played by Hikaru.
Let's go.
This was Magnus's idea. Bishop C2.
Bishop C2. Okay, there's something wrong with this. There's not, apparently. Okay,
oh, Queen D2. Let's go.
And King G2. And we out here. That's a dub. Count it up. Joe Baba for the win, bro. Joe Baba for the Magnus Carlsen loses to the Joe Baba London. I'm not playing I'm never playing another opening. I'm never in my life playing another opening, guys.
Queen D2, and that's it. Game over. Magnus can pick up a pawn, but the king. Oh, and actually, this is the game.
That's it.
King just tucks itself away.
Tuck and roll. Take those. Take. Okay, yeah, you get a little compensation, I guess. Queen C3. He has bishop F8. I guess he can defend.
You know what? Hikaru has bishop G7.
I saw this, but like, what's the idea? Do you play Queen? Oh, Queen G5? Well, Queen C3 is the same. Okay. All right.
Queen C3.
That's It's nice.
Okay, that wasn't played by Hikaru. Goes bishop E5 also makes sense. The rook has to. Well, actually, does it have to stay in the back rank? Yeah, it does.
G5, bishop F8. Yeah, he's going for the fortress. Okay, yeah, my
Magnus famously does not believe in fortresses.
Yeah, he's definitely making it very hard. That was very accurate from Hikaru there. What do I play now? How do I not? Oh, wait, no, I don't know. I think I'm just giving a piece back, which is great for us, by the way. I think I'm just giving a piece back. Yeah, you just have to give a piece back, bro. Something.
I am in shock.
Rook takes B2? No, stop, Fiona. This is not.
No, okay, the engine was going crazy because it said +1 here, and I was like, how is this +1? What?
You gotta be kidding me. He go for this?
Okay, then it's just winning, no?
Yeah, it should be just winning, right? Bishop B2? Did he move? He did not. Okay.
He does go.
He goes for this? Wow. And he says the two bishops and the pawn is enough. And if we draw this, bro.
I have never. What?
What? You on your own, Fiona. I'm out. Have a good one.
What happened? I'm in shock. James has left the building. I think Hikaru just offered a draw after King G2. Magnus looks.
I don't understand. What happened? How do you do what? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I have nothing else
I'm in shock. I was just gonna say I've never seen an endgame like this before. I got really excited. Hikaru off in the draw after King G2.
Bro, I'm hurt. I am hurt, chat. I'm hurt, chat. I'm hurt. I'm really hurt right now, chat. I need a moment inside. I need a moment, chat. I need a moment. I need a moment.
I'm gonna give you a moment. I'm gonna give you a moment by pulling up another game so we can look away from this.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm in shock. This one between the two French men, MVL and Ali Reza, game 1 ended in a draw.
Okay.
And they've got this queen ending. What is going on? Quick pawn count. Material is equal. All the pawns are kind of ugly here on the queen side. Black king is also looking a little sad. Yeah, we all need a moment. That's why I clicked away, because looking at that position any longer.
Oh my goodness.
What was that?
It's a draw. I mean, time was low. Time was low. Like, it happens, chat. Dang, bro, that hurts, man. He was winning. He was winning. He was winning. Joe Baba London, like, everything was going great. And then it was not. Dang, bro, it hurts.
Like, I felt that. I mean, for Hikaru to offer a draw, he must have felt so confident that this is just a draw.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the queen and two bishops is... Queen versus two bishops, like the queen can win. He did have the extra pawns, but he didn't even try to push there. He didn't even do nothing. But it is like, man, it's different. I guess just breathe, chat. Just breathe. We just need to everybody inhale and breathe through. Exhale. Okay, we got more games.
Shocked.
We got more games. We got more games.
Yeah, Luke is saying show us to win. We'll do it right after this. We can go back. Oh, this was just agreed a draw. One game is still running. Let's see if it's exciting. Maybe we can quickly see the end of Hikaru's game and see where a win was missed, because there must have been something better than going into this end game, but I'm not sure. Okay, so here after Queen C5,
King G2 is the logical. Oh, Bishop D4 is the move? Oh, I saw that in chat. Somebody said something about Bishop D4. I guess he was talking about here. Okay, so what happens after? Is it Rook B1? Is there Rook C2? Rook B1, Rook C2 with back rank ideas. But you also could just take the queen and then play King G2 and I have it. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's different. King G2, and now I'm getting a piece out of for nothing. I am getting a piece now. You take, the bishops are pinned. You move a bishop, I take one. Wow, what a nuance. What a nuance.
Yeah,
you move the rook, I take the bishop.
I think Hikaru was actually, we saw him say something like,
oh yeah, he did the I'm a moron, like the
bishop. I think he said bishop D4, yeah.
Yeah, bishop D4, yeah, instead of King G2. Wow.
Yeah. That was and then in the game, King G2 looked so logical, but suddenly here Magnus was able to give up the rook, and apparently, I kind of trust Hikaru if he offers a draw, that this is just a draw. I'm still surprised he didn't play it out, but
yeah, maybe
who am I,
No, for real, like here, this does feel very draw-like, but I am going to play probably a few moves, try to get H5, man, and just see what happens, but probably can't do anything. And he just missed Bishop D4. No. King G2 was such a very easy move to make, but it was also like human, like King G2, get the king to safety. My king castled on move 26. Like King G2 makes a lot of sense, but Bishop D4, especially in that time that he had, was very difficult to find. He wasn't able to find it, and we got to draw. And Magnus escapes, but we do know one thing, chat, especially for all the Jar Jar Binks, Jojo Binks, whatever, Joe Baba London fans out there, it is very playable, as Magnus was he was a move away from going down to our opening, chat. If you like the Joe Baba London, shout out to Queen.
I can't believe.
Yes,
I can't believe that Hikaru's game ended in a draw the way it did. And are these guys actually gonna play this? Surely not.
Yeah, this one's way more draw than the other game. Come on, bro. Come on, offer the draw, bro. Like, get out of here, guys.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, so that concludes game 2. Hikaru, hopefully he can bounce back. It was a great pity that Joe Baba London got him such a great position. Elsewhere, Jan Nepomniachtchi taking a 2-0 lead.
Whoa.
Against Giri.
Geary
Anish.
He's
Yeah.
cracking him.
So he only needs a draw. This one, as well as Amriel against Firouzja, started with 2 draws. So we're going to go on a quick break. In the next game, Hikaru will be black again. It's primordial that he doesn't lose. That would mean the match is lost. So we need you all here when we come back in just a few minutes.